channel. I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Hugo.
We're Sell Quick, Ship Quick, part-time resellers.
Full-time hustlers.
And today we're taking you on a tour of our home.
Casa. Home casa.
We wanted to show you how we split our rooms to help our reselling.
It wasn't originally designed this way, but slowly, the more we got into our reselling, the more we started designating areas, which really made things efficient.
Yes.
And pleasing to the eye, because we live in the same place we work. We don't always want to see our work.
Yeah, so we had to figure out where to put things so that it was functional, but also not in our way, so we're not walking over clothes or things or tripping on wires and, you know.
Yeah, packaging and all that good stuff. And then also we adapted so we can always evolve the rooms, because some rooms, the office is for different works that we do, so it has to be able to adapt to other day jobs. And then we have a guest room that is a guest room, but it's
photo room.
Photo room. And then the kitchen is where we eat, but we also process items like hard goods. So it's
a dual functioning home.
Yeah. So you just saw our cat room.
Our cats, Wasabi and Ginger, have their own little space.
Very
and
spoiled.
Almost looks like an illusion, right? Because the window is either really small or the cats are really big. The window is really small. And that space is in our closet, and it's elevated because it's above the stairs that go into the basement. It's not exactly the most functioning space in terms of what we could put in there, so we made it a cat loft.
Yeah, I mean, we could use it to store blankets, but why not have a loft?
And they love it.
Yeah, and we made a little bunk bed out of IKEA beds, so their beds are actually two IKEA beds that I
screwed together.
Yeah, I screwed them together, and then you made them, what is it, macrame?
I did. I made a macrame with fake plants for the cats so that it fit the rest of the jungle vibe of our house.
Yeah, and just like any other room in the house, we have weekly tasks where we clean, vacuum, and make sure we clean up.
Oh yeah, they gotta earn their stay.
Oh yeah.
So our bedroom is, I think, the one place in this house that is not reseller related.
Do again, we have a laptop, so that ends up sneaking into the room for relisting or sharing a few things at night. But other than that, item wise, equipment wise,
yeah, it does not go in there.
Yeah, a little safe haven, you know, somewhere we could watch a little Netflix and not think I should really move that pile of clothes next to the TV.
Yeah, and then as resellers, there's no distinction between work and home sometimes, so I think that's the one place that we try to stay out of.
Yeah, and what's really nice, and I'm appreciative of her green thumb, the plants we have in the room have really helped make the room relaxing. So it really tones down the energy. It's easy to go in there and lay down and just literally relax, because it's not a jungle, but it's pleasing.
Yeah.
Because you got your the macrame that you have hanging on your side of the bed. Then we have that nice fiddle tree.
Yeah.
And then we have the tiny dinosaur next to me.
Yeah. What's his name?
That one is Macklemore, because what's the technical name of it?
The Begonia maculata.
Close enough, it's Macklemore. And we thrift, so what?
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel.
Our office has reselling / my day job, so in there we do have it's gone through many transitions with the desks. But we do have our dual monitor workstations. I have mine. And you have yours.
Mine.
But I actually have a second desk, and that one has my desktop for my day job at the vocational school. So that one's got the PC, and I do my day job there, and then I roll my seat back, and then I go into reselling on the Apple.
Yeah. And then on my side, I mean, I work on our eBay stuff there. We both do with our dual monitors. But I also take care of emails and stuff for the business, for the restaurant we help manage. And that's where I do editing. So when I do editing for our YouTube videos, it makes a difference to have 2 screens and just some space.
Yeah, and with everything we have going on, we have our filing cabinet that's separated, so each shelf is for each business. So we have one that's like personal life, we have one that's strictly reselling, one that is strictly for my family's restaurant, and another one is strictly for the school. Everything has to be labeled or else
things get lost, especially when we have so much of our different businesses mixing in one room. And then the other cool thing is we're gonna be in there, we're gonna have fun with it. So we have fun posters. We have our cat posters that we really got for you. I mean, it's for both of us, but you really love them.
You love our cats.
I know I do. I spoil them too. And then we got our other cool posters that are like Marvel related. We have the pinup girls. And
I have
then
my Hello Kitty corner.
yeah, and we have the Batman / Marvel hero. It has no real distinct angle to it, but there's a lot of Batman and Wolverine.
Into the kitchen.
Out of the kitchen. But back in the kitchen.
We moved in here a year and a half ago.
Yeah, moving in here. First off, this is my family home. I grew up here, and now we live here. It had, if my mom watches this,
I'm sorry.
it had a distinct style to it that was not our own.
So what you see now was once a pistachio green with a pink wall.
Yeah, I think it was like a guava pink wall with pistachio. I just want to use words that are related to food because I think that's also.
So it's pistachio guava.
Yeah.
It was the color of the kitchen.
You know how weird that sounds? That's also kind of the way it looked. Sorry,
so
Mom.
We changed it up because we're going to be here a lot, and we want our space to feel like open and refreshing.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean,
with the light.
We love the light, and there's a lot of great windows around here. So with the light walls and the cabinets, it makes it for a comfortable, relaxing place to be at.
We make our coffee to start our day, to do our reselling and all
Oh,
that
yeah.
stuff. And then also our sink gets a multi-use purpose because that's where I don't do it, but you wash all the parts that we sell on eBay.
Yeah, we resell appliances and things like that, parts of appliances, and oftentimes if you've ever been through the thrift stores and you see those things, they can be a little grimy. So that's what I do. I'll fill up that sink with the warm to hot water and get to scrubbing while watching something on Hulu or Netflix.
And we have our washer and dryer. We're lucky enough to have that because all the stuff that we pick up goes through those 2 machines before it gets listed.
Yeah. And also, that's where I get delicious meals that she wants to experiment with, which I'm always game for. So in there, I will clean, and I'm happy to clean after she cooks because I eat up and I have fueled up to clean. In the guest room, it is what it is. It's a guest room. It's a spare room. We have it set up. Originally, it was to have it so my mom can come by anytime she wants because she's up in the Bay Area and we're in LA. But slowly, she just comes and stays at her sister's house. So we're like, all right, I guess we have more use for the room then.
So what you saw was that big clothing rack, and I have a table in there that I do my measurements on. But when we do have guests over, shout out to Denali, El Ducho Thrift, all that stuff gets hidden and the whole place gets converted into a guest room. So behind the rack of clothes, there's a big IKEA mirror, and we just kind of shove everything into that closet. The table gets folded up and the bed gets shifted a little bit, and then it is no longer reselling.
Yeah. Comfortable, and what's cool too is that room has its own stand-up shower and bathroom, so when we do have guests, they have their own space too.
Yeah, quick tip for if you're trying to turn your guest room into like reselling or any room like that. That bed was like an Amazon bed, so it's super light but durable.
Mm-hmm.
And you could actually take it apart if you needed to.
If you really wanted to, it won't take that long.
Turned into my plant station area slash jungle-ish.
Well, I gotta say, there are a lot of plants here, and in a future video, you'll be introduced to them. But it doesn't feel like a jungle. Like I joke around that I don't need a machete, but I really don't. Everything fits so nicely that it goes with it. Especially because we don't have too much stuff on the wall, so I say that the plants are wall art.
It's art.
Yeah. Besides the amazing plant life we have in here, this is also our YouTube studio.
Yes, right here. This is our
most common angle, as you have probably seen this back wall, but we've also filmed the opposite end of this room where we have the plants, and you'll see plants behind us. In the early stages, we had the built-in behind us.
And also this is where I process our inventory. Initially, whenever we come home from a store, I sit at this table and there's a drawer behind me when I sit, and it has my Scotty peelers, my scissors, and I type in all my inventory into the computer, so I have one drawer designated for all that. Like staples and tape to staple my receipts. Our computer, our laptop, the charger, everything is in one drawer.
During that time we sit so we can watch the TV while that's going on too, because there's always some kind of YouTube we're watching, or
yeah, I gotta learn about plants while I'm doing my reselling, so then double passion. If you don't know already, we have 2 cats and 2 bunnies. So we have Wasabi and Ginger, the kitties, and then we have little Moo Moo because black and white. So cows are black and white. Obvious transition, right?
Easy, obviously. Rabbits, cow.
Moo.
Yeah, Moo. It's okay. I had a dog that we called Panther. It wasn't until I grew up that I realized we called our dog, which is a small gray dog, after a large black cat. So Moo Moo, cow, and then we also have Batman, and Batman has this little like fuzzy hair. Mm-hmm. Well, they're our focal point in our living room. They have their Hugo built cage specifically for them. I did a lot of math, and I figured out, and I was able to build that cage. It was fun. It was a great project, which actually I didn't realize how much I was interested in woodworking.
So our living room also full of plants and animals, but those 2 things bring us a lot of joy.
Yeah, and then we have our 2 chairs that are like our designated gaming chairs. So the other thing that we do when we do make some time, we play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And we have a nice big TV with a lot of sound, and we have our designated gaming chairs.
And because you can't be all work and no play, right? Like we have to take our breaks, shoot some things, pet some animals, talk to the plants, and then we can go back to reselling.
Yeah, exactly. And what's also nice is like sometimes at night when things are winding down, she has a checklist for her. I call it her homework, but it's her going through her plants. Certain plants need watering certain days and so forth. So while she's doing that, we have the animals. Sometimes we let the bunnies out running around. So it's just a really nice, relaxing space.
And our patio just got a makeover.
Yeah.
So if you follow us on Instagram, we kind of posted a few things here and there.
Didn't really use that space more than literally we walked by it on the way in, or we stored a bunch of random stuff out there. Being home even more than usual, we really want a space where we can have some privacy, but also have the outdoors, right? And that's why we were able to get those shades in that we got from Amazon. Love them. They're perfect because they get just enough light.
The coolie shade.
Yeah.
And they're great, and it was like perfect for that spot. But also we have these like built-in hooks in there, or not built-in hooks because he put those hooks in. But the hooks hold up a bunch of my plants outside, and it just creates...
The funny part is we had hooks and we would just get the baskets that plants came in and do that. And then she's like, well, with these hooks, I might as well start creating a macrame.
Found YouTube. Thanks, YouTube. I found a DIY video on how to macrame, and then I decided to macrame for all the plants outside.
Yeah, so all those plants outside, I think every single one of those macrames that are hanging, you've made, right?
Yeah.
I think so, from the small ones to the big ones, which is, again, a great way that we have the plants in display. And now that it's a little private while outdoor, we're waiting for some nice chairs that have been ordered but haven't gotten here yet, but we'll get to drink some coffee.
Now we're gonna try and start our day with some coffee and talk about our goals for the day outside before we actually attack them.
Yeah.
So we showed you where we photograph our clothes and where we do our listings.
Where we sleep and relax.
But the final part of our reselling is where are we storing this stuff?
Yeah, where is all the reselling gone since it's not in the house?
Because we do have over 1,000 items that are listed.
Yeah.
There's plenty more. There's
There's
some things that aren't listed. But we also have like the shipping station that's not in the house. And you gotta stay tuned for our garage tour because that's where we will show you the Sell Quick, Ship Quick warehouse.
Yeah, we were able to turn our garage into a warehouse. We'll show you next time, not now.